to some of the execution, but
I'm
a little more interested in this matchup.
It's still first to 2, guys, okay?
Ready.
Miguel versus Brian. Now, Fabian has been messing around with Miguel for a while now. He really likes Miguel. And in Tekken 6, that was his main. So,
he's an enthusiast.
yeah, but what happened in Tekken 7 is that his range was significantly
they nerfed this character.
reduced.
Yeah.
But Fabian has found newfound intrigue in playing this character after versus fighting top 8, where there was a European player who took Miguel all the way to top 8. So he feels pretty confident in his Miguel, and honestly, it's a little scary. If you don't know Miguel's strings, then you're going to get hit a lot.
Right, and Miguel's one of those characters that not a lot of people practice for, because like you said, he's very
situational.
Yeah, he's not as strong as he used to be. Very few people use him. He's actually aesthetically my favorite character in this whole game. Both of these lunatics are. Oh, and a nice little down jab.
It's going to be interesting to see how Fabian decides to build up his offense, because a lot of the characters that he plays have traditional Tekken down 4-1s, and so does Miguel. But Miguel also has a lot of really good lows and mids to supplement that down 4-1. So we'll see if Chris catches on to that, if Fabian decides to take advantage of his toolset, or what he does exactly. See, that's a launch. That's mid-high. That's mid-mid, and that's like -12 or something like that.
Miguel has a lot of odd mix-ups. To me, he's kind of an underrated character. I understand the reach, but the mix-ups are still there. The frame bullying is still there.
I think that Chris is finding the most success when he pushes his offense. You saw that at the end of that first round. He was utilizing back 1 into weight, back 1. He was hitting Fabian a lot with that. But Fabian getting him with that low. I'm not entirely sure what the notation for that low is, but he's gotten most of his damage off of those 3 times that low hit. Okay, what's the mix-up? Back 4 against the wall.
He's just keeping it very plain, very simple.
Fabian's keeping it very concise. Very, very concise. Playing very compact.
And that's
the word you're looking
kind
for.
of the way you have to play Miguel. He's very pokey. You could poke with this character, but he hits like a truck at the same time.
I actually disagree with you on that statement, because I feel like he has so many tools once he's in this specific space. You can just kind of run over your opponent. That was a fantastic little gimmick.
That was nice. Those, you don't see that stuff too often. That's what I said. These Miguel enthusiasts or any enthusiasts, they just know all these little ins and outs of these characters.
So really strong showing coming out of Fabian. Takes the first game. A lot of stuff that I saw coming out of that matchup, particularly Fabian's use of, I think it's like down back 1 or something like that low. Decent damage, but because Chris isn't used to seeing that, he's kind of forced to react on the spot. Fabian's utilizing a lot of Miguel's strings. There's that low again, but we just saw a counter hit come out of Miguel in the second hit of the string. So, I mean, the unfamiliarity in the matchup is playing a really, really big role in this match.
Especially on a counter hit heavy character, because you don't want to hit a button at the wrong time, because then you're just giving up more and more damage.
So what I think was really interesting is that last week, Fabian and Chris played the same matchup.
I believe I saw some of that matchup.
And Chris barely took it over Fabian. So, I mean, Chris knows this matchup a little bit, but I think that Fabian is throwing just enough new stuff at him to really stir up the pace. And I feel like Chris has only really succeeded once he has managed to start his offense. This spacing game that he's playing right now is not strong enough. But he needs to get in. He needs to get in, because every time he's tried to defend against Miguel, it's just not been working. I feel like he should be trying some more orbitals out.
We're not seeing a lot of those orbitals that he loves so much.
He should be using a lot more down forward 2-3, because Fabian hasn't punished that once like that. He should be doing more of that to kind of gain pressure and offense.
Right now, Miguel's just mixing it up. The transitions he has in and out of Savage stance are just so fluent.
So, Chris is really afraid to use something like Orbital, just because Fabian's always pressing something. He's always pressing some kind of string, he's always pressing a button. So, he'd get floated right out of Orbital. But man, ouch.
And there's
that
damage.
low. Okay, counter hit. This could be a chance for Chris to turn things around. It could be the momentum that he needs, but he loses it immediately. Jab,
Gets
yep,
the
that's
free
guaranteed.
jab. Yep.
It's gonna be the wall. Wow, what a scumbag.
Oh.
I don't think. Now here's the thing. I don't think that that's enough. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. So Chris needs one good mix-up. Maybe two.
Fabian's got the rage.
Oh my God.
And he...
Back three. That's gross. Classic Brian Ender. So we're at the final round of this match. We're unsure as to whether or not it's the final round of this game, but
ooh, Orbital right over
gracious.
the low.
There's that read.
Yes. Oh.
No confirm, no punish.
Oh, this
Another
is starting to look more like the Chris we know. There is the Orbital and the combo off of it.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice. Good. So you see there, Chris made the adjustment by keeping the offense going. He was able to make that one read with the Orbital, and everything just kind of fell into place after that. I really think that he needs to use a lot more down forward 2 or 3. We haven't seen Fabian punish it one time, and he needs to do a lot more poking with 3+4 because Fabian's not sidestepping. He's not giving him a reason to sidestep. So what he should be doing in the mid screen is using 3+4, trying to keep Fabian at bay because Miguel has those really crappy pokes.
Oh, yeah.
And then once Fabian starts sidestepping, he can start utilizing mock kick. So we'll see how Chris decides to start playing this neutral. Because at the moment, you know, once Fabian gets in, and he's just kind of letting him in, he's getting overwhelmed.
Yeah,
So, look at this life lead. Look at this. Chris didn't even get to play that round. He didn't even press a button.
It's just very precise, very... There's that combo you see a lot. And there's that sweep. Oh, and that Superman punch, that up forward 1.
Alright, so we saw him use that 3+4 to put Fabian at that range, and then Fabian started whipping buttons. So I think what he should do, I mean, once he takes this round, okay, good. I think he should be using 3+4, whether Fabian gets it or not, gets hit by it or not, then Orbital. Because we saw that after Fabian blocked that 3+4, he immediately started hitting buttons.
There's the Orbital.
So you'll notice that Fabian is pressing buttons about 1 character space away from Brian. So if he starts utilizing a little more back 1 at that range, maybe a little bit outside that range, and a lot more down forward 2, you see, no punish coming out of Fabian from that move. Back 1, nice break, nice wait. I like how he was waiting on it.
Simple little low poke there. Low poke guy's spacing it out. Then just trying to get in.
So what I noticed here, Fabian, the way that Fabian's moving, wow, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. The way Fabian's moving is not traditionally Korean backdashing. So Chris is running up and doing down back 3. What he should be doing is doing run up mock kick, because that mock kick will catch Fabian out of those side steps. Back 1. Okay, throw gets broken. Nice orbital. Okay, so this is going to take him to the wall for sure. He's going to get wall positioning and a hefty life lead because why not, Brian?
Well, Brian at the wall is just no fun.
He's been going for those taunts a lot, and I really haven't seen him see a lot of success with them. Nice punish.
Down to 1 poke. Oh, but Fabian's not letting it get so easily. Will we see it?
Rage drive. Wow, down back 3.
And a little solid poke.
Very fortunate. Okay, last round. Nice break. Hasn't seen any success on the throw.
Yeah, I have not seen Fabian thrown once.
That low is just the death of him. Okay, I like the assault. Oh, he's lucky that wasn't anything bigger. Orbital for his troubles. Okay, he's going to get wall positioning here, and he's going to even out the life lead. Actually, he's a little bit on top. Oh my god, he's got rage.
Another orbital.
Back 1.
Oh, and the wall combo. And we have a pop off here. And
All
look
right.
at that Psycho beating down the other Psycho. Beautiful.
Chris managing to stay in this, making the proper adjustments. He made the orbital reads that he needed. And I think that he properly conditioned Fabian to kind of press buttons